All right. Of mass. So we know that basically in a reaction, the masses of the reactants and the products have to stay the same. Let's take a look at note 1. Note 1 says that in a chemical reaction, the masses of the reactants always have to equal the mass of the products, and this is what I call conservation of mass. I know that the mass of my reactants, the things before my reaction, is 300.23 grams, and after my reaction, I have the mass of my products is also 300.23 grams. So the mass of my reactants and the mass of my products always stays the same. Let's take a look at practice question number 1. In a chemical reaction, the masses of the reactants and the products, A, are the same, B, the products have a greater mass, or C, the reactants have a greater mass. Note 2. In a chemical reaction, the reactants and the products have the same number of atoms. Well, this makes sense, right? If we have the same mass between my reactants and my products, we're going to have the same number of atoms too. So in this chemical reaction where I have hydrogen and oxygen, I have 6 total reactant atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after my chemical reaction, I have 6 atoms in my product as well. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have the same number of atoms before my reaction as I do after. Let's take a look at practice question number 2. In a chemical reaction, there are 10 atoms in the reactants, so how many atoms should there be in the products, and why? Note number 3. If one of the products in a reaction is a gas, the product of the masses will be less because the gas escaped in the reaction. So let's say I had about 10 grams of reactants in my bottle. And after the chemical equation, I still have 10 grams of product, but I know that I'm probably going to have some of the product be in the balloon. So the product of the gas has escaped, so the end product of my reaction is going to be a little bit less. Practice question number 3. In our experiment, why were the masses of the vinegar and baking soda the same before and after the reaction? And practice question number 4. Why did the mass of the products change when we opened the bag?